Hi, Brad Ward, Ward's Auctions, Edmonton, Alberta. We have an Slate consignment sale going on right now. By the time you're watching this, bidding is already happening, and the closing is on February 13th, 2022, and it'll start closing at 10 o'clock in the morning, just like a live auction, even though it is online only. Some of the late listings are actually right in front of me, or right beside me and in front of me. The Washington Post newspaper stand and this more modern Black Forest clock, German movement. You can see it working away. In fact, I'll even bring you a cuckoo. And it chimes, or it cooks the hours on the hours, of course. Woodworking tools like this workbench, router table, which is a custom router table that the person had built, fitted with a router inside. You're going to see other tools come along. Some clothing in the sale. Lots of antique furniture, roll-top desk, artwork. One thing that you're going to see that you don't see very often around here is a very large liquor collection. It is from one house. Now, as much as there is a lot of just good old-fashioned alcohol that you would go to the liquor store and buy, there's also some great collectible scotch that we're going to get to later on. Very almost a Mercury Guild quality in the samovar. It's not Mercury Gilded, but it's very similar to it. This is a piece that belongs to that. There's another china cabinet that goes along with that one. Lots of modern furniture out of one house from C.J. Woods out of Edmonton here. Passed away last year. I did do some work for him, or we did do some work for him a couple of years back, or I guess it's probably 5 or 6 years ago now. Huge house, so lots of stuff out of there. Some of the photos that you're going to see on the website were taken in the house. It'll give you a sense of the dimension and so on there. But, even this was in the house, but it wasn't in one of the photos. This was his office desk at home. He also had one at his office, but it is still in his office downtown that he actually closed out a little over a year ago. And some artwork that's his, debentures, lots of good clocks. Now, this is not swinging right now, but it does work. All the clocks that are in the building had basically run down. And so they haven't been wound up. We probably should have done them before the viewing, or before the video. Never thought about that. We are going to fire them up again tomorrow so that they're all running during the viewing. But we do catalog, as much as it doesn't constitute a warranty when we say a clock is working at time of cataloging, but it does give you a certain amount of confidence that it was working, or it's at least complete, or it wouldn't have been working. Marble top washstand, more modern furniture, some terrific antiques, not just from CJ's place, but from other places. This is quarter cut oak, solid quarter cut oak. I mean, you couldn't buy that wood today. You could not buy that in solid quarter cut today. If you did, you'd have to mortgage your house. You'd get veneered and quarter cut, but not solid. Nice, very nouveau style piece there. Semi-contemporary grandfather clock. It works, and this one is working now. Probably got a several day movement. Another marble top piece there. Nesting tables. There's 2 pianos from CJ's place. This one here, quarter cut oak again, refinished, lots of refinished furniture in his place. I'm not going to speak to the mechanics of it because I don't play the piano, but visually beautifully restored. So, and then there's a player piano which kind of tries to work. We did describe it accordingly. The kids were monkeying around with it, just like this one here. This one does technically work. Oops, sorry. The gramophone, the motor for the gramophone, nice and strong, but the repeater, or the resonator there, it needs overhauling just in there. Which, of course, you can get parts for all of these things. But basically, you have the good bones there to work with. Lots of nice carpets. Lots of nice carpets. Again, we'll no sense getting into them all here, but runners and carpets. Large selection, and they're all well photoed on the website, wardsauctions.com. And so have a look there, and then you also get the dimensions in inches. I won't try to show you how this one works because it's not working properly. It's trying to work as far as the what do you call it? The player piano part of it. It is trying to work. Maybe if we get some time, we'll throw a little video up of it trying to work and so on. But right now, it does not properly work visually. The cabinet has been refinished, probably many years ago, mahogany, and so work was done to it there. Nice stereoscope here. This box has the slides in it, and again, well described. 190 is that one, so you can have a look at that again on the website. Videos to give you a good sense, especially for those that are going to come to the viewing. You get the lay of the land. This polar bear is a Royal Dux polar bear. There's also another one that's a Jade one that's going to come up pretty soon. In here you got oriental pieces, you got soapstones. Speaking of the woodworking tools, these are all little planes. You can see they all have the boxes with them. Lee Valley product, Veritas, so all like not cheap to buy. Those that are woodworkers know, and you can see the way it was kept. When you still see the original boxes, you know that there was some pride of ownership. A couple of matching love seats and the leather love seats. I believe they're Lazy Boy. Definitely, he had lots of Lazy Boy brand furniture. This Paisley one in the front here, that is actually a recliner. I won't get on it, but it is a recliner. These little lots on the table here, they're all donation, little fundraiser, and again, well described. So each one of these are kind of fun, actually. I'm going to show you this, just for poops and giggles. These are a little bottle, it looks like, a little jar, if you will, but it's a USB, and there's a comedy routine from a comedian on here. Derek Sweet, and the routine is called Miserably Yours, but it's kind of a neat presentation for sure. So each one of them has one of those, along with the other stuff. But this bear, this is a Jade, a carved Jade bear, lot number 16, and it is fantastic. Look at the detail. If we can get the camera on the detail of those paws, that just is so nice. You just don't get a better piece than that. Big honk and ladro. There is some distress, unfortunately. The sword blades. There's two of them missing, and the handle on that one is missing. So somebody got a little aggressive, maybe cleaning it one day. Looked over this ladro, and I have not found anything. Like usually, you'd find a finger or something, a little piece of something chipped, and I have not found anything. And I have looked in earnest. This is a dining room, an antique refractory style dining room table. The leaves are drawn out on it right now. Now in the photos, I'm not sure exactly how we describe or how we showed it, but in the house there was this big, huge layout on top of it to make it into a bigger table. It was a huge house and it was used for entertaining. So we're going to sell that separately because it will fit on other similar sized tables. So there's no sense making somebody have it and then maybe it goes to waste. So that's going to be a lot. This suite is the 601. 602 right after it is going to be that topper. I'm going to make a cameraman spin around here because there's a few things in the middle. I think you can just stand where you're at though. But this is actually a recliner. Press a couple of buttons here and that reclines and then that platform pulls out. So that's an old recliner. And then there's also this was in the backyard. So that's an outdoor bronze or metal type casting on the figure there, which is very neat. I also want to show you this, one of the nicest sewing tables we've ever seen. It's absolutely wonderful with the all inlay on top. And a lot of times when you get that much of a busy inlay, you get a lot of shrunken wood and lots of pieces broken and dislodged. This is in very good condition. So massage table here because you need one of those. So we're just sort of rambling all over the place here, but that's all right. On the Scandinavian desk, inlaid again. This is a cylinder desk. All inlaid. There may or may not be a brand name, I don't remember. And this will be a pull-out for your writing surface. I'm trying to be smooth so I don't jiggle the clock too much. This clock on the top is running as we speak. This clock runs as well. It's not running right now because, again, it wound down. This is the table topper I was talking about that went on that dining room table. There's also one for the pool table. The pool table one is so specific to that table that we're including it with the pool table. We'll show you that later on. More furniture here. Really nice early. We call it the mushroom lamp. Nice brass base on it. We should probably get this plugged in so we can show you how awesome it looks. For those that want to play doctor, we've got a proper doctor scale and height measurement. I always hate going to the doctor for my annual, because it seems like every year it goes up. Not the price, the weight. This is a bar. Folds in all sorts of different ways. So you open it up like that, all carved in there. And then when you open the top up, it lifts out your bottles. And then in here, you open these up and you pull out your bottles. And then I think there's something on the sides too. There you go. Oh, hang some stemware there. And bottles there. Very cool. And then it folds all up. Oops, sorry, that was a bit aggressive. We actually have a glass top for it right here that was custom made for it. Not practical if you're going to continue to use it as a bar, but if you're going to keep that closed up, then that's perfect to keep the top protected. These ones here, Kaufman, there was two of these. These were in the office, of course. There's even some documentation to go with them. You can see that they have very little miles on them. They're virtually brand new. I'm not sure what they would retail for, but they're quite nice. On the Danish teak, the one in the corner over there, I'm sure has to be the same brand, but there's no label on it. This one is labeled on the back, but a very fine, delicate, like it's about 3/8 of an inch or 10 millimeters roughly on the slot for the roll side. So it rolls like butter, and both sides open up, and then you have some pullouts as well there. So very nice set there, or piece there. English hall stand, wardrobe, single door wardrobe. Most of these wardrobes do come apart to some degree. That one's got a topper and maybe a middler. No, it looks like it might be one piece, but it does help you get it around. Deacon's bench. We didn't take anything out of here to show you this time. You do see some router bits, and we put them in big lots. We just left them as they were in big lots, and there's lots of money in those router bits there. So those of you that are woodworkers, I know I end up buying them the one I need, and it costs real money. I'm going to swing you guys around the corner here a little bit, because behind us is the generic, shall we call it, meat and potatoes alcohol that is in the sale. That was just for parties, like just for regular. A lot of fundraising went on in CJ's world, so that's what that was for. And they literally were sell drinks sometimes, maybe open bar other times. I don't know. Moose tuftings, chintz, another clock, china, some neat little brass pieces. Look at these, eh? Now that's a goblet. If you want to have a party, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 of those. And I think you just pour a bottle of wine in each one, bloop, bloop, and you're done. You're good to go. There is some jewelry at the appraisers still, so we didn't take it out. Speaking of scotch and more collectible pieces, there's several of the Murray McDavid pieces or bottles here, and you can see many of them have the boxes. If it doesn't show a box in the photograph of the catalog, then it doesn't exist. On the cognac there, we've had that once or twice in our sales career, and with the box and so on. And then the bottom, 5 unopened full bottles of 20-year-old Pappy Van Winkle bourbon. I don't know when you're going to get an opportunity to get that again anytime soon, completely unreserved. But very nice to have that. Now that I've become a Scotch drinker, of course that's bourbon, but some of these Scotches are going to back into a table there. This welder here, this Air Arc Ackland's welder, came into us from somebody we know and trust, and it was taken out of service, working as a working unit because they got single-phase stuff. This is 3-phase. They got single-phase stuff, easier to haul around the shop, whereas this is a monster when you're moving it from station to station. So if you have, ideally, if you have a place where it's set up and not being used. We've got some Haida works here, some bead works, stemware in these boxes, decanters, blue and white china, more tools. There's toys. You know what? Normally we don't go down that back aisle, but I'm going to make Stephen go down that back aisle before we get into the last room. And there's artwork. We haven't even hardly talked about the artwork. Piano rolls. We separated them because somebody could use the piano rolls and already has a piano. There's lots of yard furniture. but that's not even all of it. But look at all the nice toys. There's, there's Tonka, there's Structo, there's Little Beaver, fire trucks, cranes, all kinds of things like that. This is an awesome piece. Look at the litho on the side on the mobile crane. Very nice condition. Structo grader. My new cowboy boots. These are going to be my Sunday go to meeting boots. I'll buy those at the sale, of course. Some more of the tools. Let's carry on we've spilled into the whole building, this sale, which has happened before. Games table here. So this, and if you look on the website, 262 is the lot number. The top flips over, so you can have like a dinette table flipped over, or you have it like this, and it's a nice games table, 54 inches across from the flat to the flat, plus 6 of the chairs, swivels, comfortable, padded. You can sit there and gamble and drink all night. And the pool table, there's wicker furniture and stuff. This pool table, before we talk about the pool table, lots of these big bar stools, and we've sold them in lots of 4 and 4 and 4, it looks like, so that you're not having to take 8 of them. But they were, they're not going to be cheap. These were probably used around this table, because they were in the same room, because there is the big topper that's going to come along with this one. So this one is as you can see, has been sort of our inner sanctum here my inner sanctum for the last few weeks. So I had it moved here and set up so I was able to come and play. So this is a 9-foot Brunswick Ventura pool table, Slate, of course, and I can give you the name of the people that moved it for us. So if you want to get it moved, or you can do it yourself, of course, but it is something that most people get professionals to do. And then there's some accessories. Some go with it and some are sold separately. So really you need to have a look at that website. The selection of collector alcohol, which is shippable anywhere in Canada. I did talk to AGLC and they're fine. We can ship in Canada. Anybody who's outside of the country would have to make whatever legal arrangements they would need to for export and import. And the more stuff that is available at every liquor store, we're not shipping that. There's no point in people buying that to have it shipped and incurring cost because it will be costly to ship. So with packaging and whatnot. So wardsauctions.com. Bidding is already on if you're watching this, and it closes on the 13th of February 2022, and that is, but there's a live preview, even though it's an online auction, a live preview in our building, 11802 145 Street, Northwest Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And phone number is 780-451-4549. I'm not sure what else I can tell you. Oh, the preview, on Friday the 11th from 4 o'clock until 8 o'clock. So those that are local, I always encourage you to come down and kick the tires yourself and whatnot. So have a look at the website. Thanks for watching. Call if you have any questions. My name is Brad Ward. Have a great day.